Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera, and I'm back with another recap and review of Halo Season 2. Bars. Overall, I thought this was a good episode. I liked a lot of the writing, and some of the plot lines are starting to get I would call them interesting. But there's also some weird themes that I'm starting to notice. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it. The episode begins with Silver Team walking through a spooky forest as they make their way to the Visegrad relay. The way it was shot and the overall vibe and composition of the scenes made me think of that old Reach commercial where there were just some Marines just talking in the snow. Does anyone else remember that? Kai asks about support and Chief replies that they're on their own because they're not supposed to be there at all, if you remember. We cut to Perez in her house tapping rhythmically, and this is the first instance of a rhythmical tapping. I'll point it out as we go. Once Silver Team gets inside, they find out that it's empty. Riz turns the power back on, and when she does, this loud noise starts to blare through the whole building. Chief recognizes it from the last relay and then shuts it off. We get more of Perez tapping as she decodes the message, and she recognizes some Singhili, so that's not good. Silver Team makes it way deeper into Visegrad because they hear a noise. Again, another instance of a rhythmic tapping. The Spartans find a door malfunctioning, trying to constantly open and close, and it was pretty creepy. It gave me Dead Space vibes. So shit gets real quick when this chick with the short hair shows up and starts barking orders. And then, from there, everyone just starts pointing guns at each other. So that's pretty fun. But side note, it looks like the chick is using the ODST silenced pistol. So that's a pretty fun Easter egg. It also made me think, where the hell are the ODSTs? I'm surprised we haven't seen them yet, so here's hoping that at some point they show up again soon. So Silver Team is in trouble because the short-haired lady is telling Chief to stand down, and she reveals that there is no mission. This scene is pretty tense, but I couldn't help but chuckle at the idea of these Marines, which, by the way, they look like they're from Halo Wars. These guys are going to get absolutely demolished by 4 fully armored Spartans. Like, what are they going to do? And Chief pushes the lady out of the way and discovers that no one's here. So this was a fuck up wasting everyone's time. Or was it? Elsewhere, Ackerson is shaving a man who peed on someone, and it turns out that's his dad. And unfortunately, he is senile. This scene is very sad and gives a bit of humanity to Ackerson, which is needed because I was just generally starting to hate this guy. Cut back to Silver Team, who is getting quite the tongue lashing from Keyes. Another good scene. Keyes has to discipline the Spartans for stepping out of the chain of command, and the other Spartans are starting to get sick of Chief's bullshit, which is fair. All of the Spartans are suspended until further notice, and Chief needs to get a psychological evaluation to prove that he's not crazy. Yes, we're still on that plot point. Checking in with Liara, Soren's wife. I hope I'm saying that right. Liara? Anyway, she's walking the streets of the rubble, and then she gets got. But luckily, it's just Quan. She tells Liara to grab her son and her things because it's not safe out here. Liara heads home and finds Soren's crew already there. They say the ship is fixed and ready to go, so they're bullshitting. And the chick in the back with the 90s hair is not selling the lie at all. Like, damn girl, just shoot her in the face now. Anyway, back over with Chief, he's getting ready for his evaluation, and he's accompanied by a couple of jobbers. And again, the fuck are they gonna do?
What?
Exactly my point. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. But while Chief is laying people to rest, Riz shows up to Lewis's house, and it turns out she interrupted date night. And I think it's cute that Lewis got with the therapy guy, but I'm surprised that Mr. Therapy Dude can walk because Lewis is an ex-Spartan. Anyway, Riz and Louise talk and have a bit of a heart-to-heart about what kind of life is there besides being a Spartan. Elsewhere, Kai and Ackerson talk about Chief's supposed declining mental faculties. Kai asks to be sent out by herself because Spartans are meant for combat, and just sitting around is making her stir crazy. Back over on the rubble, Quan and Liara sneak around and have a bit of a heart-to-heart. Quan laments the fact that she is supposed to be a guardian of her people, and she feels like she failed at that. Which, that has to suck because you become the king only to have the castle burned to the ground. I do kind of feel bad for her. After that, everyone tries to get away, but that doesn't work, and Liara gets got. Again, back over on Reach, it turns out that Cobalt Team is dead, so Chief's not crazy. Yay. Ackerson and Keyes get into a verbal sparring match because Ackerson wants to run because he's a bitch, and Keyes wants to try to fight because he's a real one.
Go fuck yourself.
Also, they said the thing.
We need to initiate the winter contingency.
Called it. Chief meets the spy lady and they have an intense little chat. Turns out that she's still working for Oni, and she has some goons around ready to get physical if need be. But I can't help but ask again, the fuck are they gonna do? We just saw Chief ragdoll two guys? But anyway, Chief leaves and he's running out of people he can trust. Somewhere classified, I'm sure, Ackerson and Halsey spit barbs at each other because they're both smarty pants.
But your efforts weren't in vain, Catherine. You won't be here to see it, but these things that you made, broken as they may be, they are going to become the foundation for something extraordinary.
In this auditory game of chess, Ackerson berates Halsey, mocking her and the work she did on the Spartan program. But Halsey gets the win with the reveal that she knows that that girl is Ackerson's sister. And Halsey reminds Ackerson that she remembers all the kids in the Spartan program. She mocks Ackerson by explaining that his sister died because of the augmentation.
I told her, more or less, what you just told me. That even though she wouldn't see it, she would be this small part of the next step forward.
So, in the end, Halsey gets the last word. Kind of. Ooh, that's going to be awkward. Meanwhile, back with Liara, she's being interrogated by Soren's ain't shit team, and the 90s hair girl really wants the violence. And this scene has another instance of a rhythmic tapping in the distance. But that aside, the crew still tries to squeeze the info out of Wifey. In this heated altercation, they drag Liara to the airlock, and the tapping stops.
Just tell me what I want to know.
Luckily, Quan showed up to save the day, like Batman.
Quest.
And kill everyone here. Not like Batman. Also, I'm just really happy that the 90s chick died because she was getting on my nerves. Fun fact, that tapping noise was Quan, by the way. I think it was a tactic for luring everyone away. I like that. And I didn't even notice it until the second time I watched it, so tell me what you think. Back over with Chief, he shows up to Perez's house, but she ain't home.
But I think the devil follows you.
Okay.
Cutting back over to Ackerson, we see him giving his father a cyanide pill so he can leave this mortal coil on his own terms. And he leaves his father a final parting gift. And that is probably one of the darkest things I have seen in a long time. Cloning your dead sister so your senile father can see her one last time before he dies. I love it. That's good old dark drama right there. It's complicated and messy, but it came from a place of love. A dark, twisted, broken kind of love. But that's what makes it so chilling. And it feels like some Oni shit. You know what I mean? Like that's gross. Just how Oni should be. Chief heads to a church to find Perez. And now that I think about it, is it weird that like Christianity still exists in this universe? Like, they're in the middle of fighting a war with an alliance of aliens. Tell me what you think in the comments below. It's questions for later. Chief talks with Perez, and she saw McKee in the fog too. Remember, McKee is Chief's baby mama booty call lady. So that's two things proving that Chief isn't crazy. Yay! And she's been listening to this recording nonstop, and apparently it's a Sangheili prayer. So I guess Perez can speak Elite? That's a thing, I guess? But the prayer says, I bring you blessings, people of Reach. Know that I come without mercy, without pity. Know that I am an instrument of your extinction. I bring this planet forth as a burnt offering. Upon this altar I place the head of the demon. May his blood mark the way to the sacred ring and consecrate the great journey for my people. Know that I am Var Gatani. Know that I am death. Amen. Well, that's episode 3. Like I said, overall, I liked it. Good writing, good character moments, Some really cool reveals. Ackerson's sister being in the Spartan 2 program but dying. That's really cool. I don't know if that's actually from the source, like from a book or something. If it is, please let me know. But if that's like an original idea for the show, I like that. I genuinely think that's a cool wrinkle to add. It also gives reason that Ackerson has such a hate boner for Halsey. Like, it's personal. I like that. I like the motif of that rhythmical, what's the word I'm looking for? Metronome-like tapping that kept showing up. I wonder if that means something. I guess this is kind of like a signal for impending danger. So that's interesting. I do think it's weird that we keep having this like religious symbology popping up. Like in the first episode, there was the guy who's like, I'm a Baptist. And then the old shaman lady was like, find your faith. And then this episode, there's like a church and they cut to a cross. I'm not against it. I wonder where it's going, and I hope that's going somewhere important. I wonder if that's like they're trying to tie it to the covenant because they're religious, or they're just adding a motif because it's like Halo. I don't know. You know, maybe Chief finds religion. I have no idea. Well, I guess we'll see where it's going. But the next episode should be the actual beginning of the fall of Reach. So kind of excited for that. But talk to me in the comment section below. What do you think of the episode? What are you hoping to see in the future? If you don't know what to comment, how about I am death? Because it's dramatic. If you're in the mood for more of my sultry voice or more Halo videos, please check out my other reviews. I did one for episode 1 and 2, and I did a big season 1 kind of recap thing. I thought it was pretty funny. You should check it out. Do me a favor and handcuff the subscribe button to the bed and then walk away without saying anything. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see all of you beautiful monsters next time.